Stregi, what an incredible hero, don't you think? Almost no damage in health, and to improve her skills are as bad as she is. And this is what we're going to talk about today, how Stregi is bad, and not only that, how she's the worst hero in the franchise. At least for me. We all know that her stats are bad. But another bad thing are her skills, which are all mediocre or bad. And I'm not the only one that hate her, trust me. Veggie Fi is not bad but not that good too, is limited to only hit enemies with up to a maximum of 1200 HP, but because the pumpkin is slow, against a horde of enemies the skill is not very useful, because the transformed enemy usually stays behind the horde because of the low speed, and we all know that Stregi herself doesn't have the damage to kill any pumpkin. Dazzling Decoy, I don't know what is worst part of the skill, the fact that it's bad or the fact that it doesn't fit Stregi's playstyle at all. Seriously, who is going to use Stregi, a heroine with no HP and no armor to hold enemies? And besides that, this skill is very bad, practically a copy of Disengage, that instead of doing damage it just stuns the enemy. Night Furies, another bad skill for me, they are not just a cheap copy of Sand Soldiers with less health, they also do not regenerate the little health they have. I don't think I've ever seen a hero spawn that doesn't regenerate health. Swish and Squash, it's not bad but it's not good either, the damage is instantaneous and not over the time like other skills from the same type, making it miss many damage opportunities, but is not bad and the slowing effect is very useful. And the hero spell, for many people it is very good or broken, but for me is very mid, it doesn't help me to much teleport enemies back and stun them for only 5 seconds, Therian's ultimate does a much better job for me, causing 270 damage and stunning enemies for 8 seconds. And after speaking very well from Stregi, let's see the other supposed worst hero from Kingdom Rush Alliance, and I will prove to all of you that they are not bad as Stregi is. Vesper, he's not bad, but his only problem is that he's not the best at anything, it is not the best at dealing damage, holding enemies, or defeating flying enemies, making it very forgotten and even considered bad, which I think everyone knows is not true. Torres, many people think he's the worst, but for me he's not and never was, he may be slow but he tanks a lot and with the builders and his ultimate he can have an interesting crowd control, it has some problems like when he starts building the tower and lack of mobility, but for me it's not enough to make him the worst in the game. Stregi practically broke barriers to be bad as she is, let's be fair. Onagro, to be honest I don't know why people consider him bad, yes he can't hold enemies, is slow and his mines and drones are pretty mediocre, but the slowness skill, high damage and range, and a perfect ultimate against groups of enemies, make it hard to believe that he is worse than Stregi. And well, about the others' worst heroes of their respective games, well, Alaria is broken and we all know about this fact, Mirage is another strong hero, and Varrock? He's not bad, just mid. Now speaking specifically about Stregi, she's practically very bad, besides having almost no damage or HP to hold an enemy, her crowd control can't fill her big gap in damage, yes the ultimate is good, but it's not enough, just think with me, she may be decent at one point, but it is not the best at it, and the big lack it is in another point is too big to make her good or decent. At least she's fast and cute, Lollicons will love her. And well that's it for the video, remember, for me she is the worst hero in the franchise, but maybe for you it may be good, and that's all that matters if she works in your strategy, that's it, bye.